Tyreek Hill has never been one to bite his tongue. Whether he's torching cornerbacks on Sundays or stirring the pot off the field, the six-time All-Pro wideout plays fast, talks loud, and never backs down. But this weekend, he may have just ignited one of the NFL's fiercest fan rivalries all over again, with one incendiary moment that set social media ablaze. While appearing on popular streamer Adin Ross's broadcast, Hill was asked a simple, almost innocent question. Is there any team you just hate? The Cheetah's response? Brutal, honest, and utterly unforgettable. The Buffalo Bills, Hill said without hesitation. Easy. Now, this isn't just any rivalry. This is Tyreek Hill versus an entire city. A city built on grit, blue-collar pride, snowstorms, folding tables, and a fan base that proudly calls itself Bills Mafia. And Hill didn't just take a swipe at the team. They're used to that. He went directly for the fans. When I used to play in Kansas City, bruh, it was always falling at the Bills every time we played against them, Hill said, his tone laced with contempt. And we fucked them up every time. But in Miami, it's the same thing, just 10 times harder. That alone would have been enough to dominate headlines. But Hill didn't stop there. No, the man they called the Cheetah went for the jugular, yes, saying Buffalo's fans have CTE. Let that sink in for a second. He wasn't talking about football IQ or trash talk on Twitter. He was invoking chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the devastating brain condition that's been at the heart of some of the NFL's darkest conversations over the last decade. Whether it was a reckless insult or a calculated shot, one thing was clear. Tyreek wasn't holding back. Tyreek versus Buffalo, a history of hatred. Hill's beef with Buffalo isn't exactly new. In fact, it stretches back almost a full decade to his days in Kansas City. Back when Patrick Mahomes was rewriting the quarterback playbook and Hill was his ultimate deep threat, the Chiefs and Bills developed a high-stakes rivalry that fans came to expect in January. From epic shootouts to playoff heartbreaks, the games between these two franchises have become must-watch TV, and Hill was often at the center of the action. But here's the thing, his version of the past doesn't exactly line up with reality. I used to fuck them up every time, Hill said, but the numbers, they tell a different story. During Hill's time with the Chiefs, Kansas City went 3-3 against Buffalo, including the postseason. Sure, the Chiefs won the most important matchups, the 2020 AFC Championship game and the legendary 2021 divisional round, classic known simply as 13 seconds. But to suggest complete dominance? That's more myth than memory. It's a selective kind of amnesia that's only grown more glaring since his move to South Beach. The Miami chapter, one-sided struggles. Since joining the Miami Dolphins in 2022, Hill has brought flash, swagger, and highlight reel speed to South Florida. He's been electric, unstoppable at times. But against the Bills, it's been anything but smooth sailing. Let's be blunt. Buffalo owns Miami in the Tyreek Hill era. The Dolphins are 1-6 against the Bills since Hill's arrival, including a playoff beatdown in the 2022 wildcard round. And for all his elite stats and Pro Bowl nods, Hill hasn't been able to move the needle when it comes to cracking Buffalo's code. It's the kind of trend that likely fuels his frustration and makes his recent comments feel like more than just banter. This feels personal. It's vendetta football. And now it's spilling off the field and into the cultural war zone that is the NFL fandom universe. Bills Mafia isn't exactly turning the other cheek. You don't throw shade at Bills Mafia and walk away untouched. That's just not how it works. This is a fan base known for setting the tone, defending their turf, and reminding the world that nobody circles the wagons quite like Buffalo. Social media erupted after Hill's comments aired. Twitter timelines flooded with reactions, some laughing, some furious, others calling for apologies or suspensions. Some Bills fans even began digging up old clips of Hill, being humbled by Buffalo's defense, looking for receipts. And while some critics pointed out that invoking CTE in any context is dangerous, tasteless, and wildly inappropriate, Hill has yet to back down or issue any kind of clarification. If anything, he seems to be leaning into the villain role. It wouldn't be the first time.